Welcome Wednesday. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy
Courtney's
Wednesday.
going to get in charge of getting everybody in as we get started. Let's do this. We always do positives. Anybody got something positive? I don't care if it's business or personal. Do we have something immensely positive to celebrate? Anything? Anything? Anybody? Okay, because I do, and I'm going to do it now. And I wasn't really going to let any time go by before I did this because you know what? It's my time to say happy birthday to my friend Kim Rock, whose not birthday is today, but it's my first opportunity to publicly celebrate my friend Kim and say happy birthday. And I would normally sing and show everybody the beautiful voice that my daughters have gotten, but no, I'm not going to do it for. I don't think anybody actually wants it. But
I'm gonna take this opportunity to let everyone know that I was very lucky to have received a text from Adam and Jackie Boxman. And also, I can't just say Jackie, you are Jackie Boxman. It's like a combined thing.
Yes.
You're
not the only one that does that.
Always gonna say the last name.
Yes.
But and they both sang happy birthday to me, so I felt very special, and that was a very nice text to receive.
And Kim, did the girls get their voice from their father or from their mother? Let's be honest.
And I was very clear that I realized that Jackie Boxman has a beautiful voice, and that is where their daughter Brianna, if you've never heard her sing, she has an amazing voice, and so clearly she gets that from her mother.
I take back everything nice I said.
That's on record. This meeting is being recorded.
I take back
happy birthday,
nice
darling.
Thank you.
So everybody can wish her a happy birthday in the comments, or if you haven't already, take the time to wish her a happy birthday. Or if anybody wants to sing, I mean, I will obviously open the floor to anybody who wants to sing, especially because we are on social media on Facebook. So making sure that everybody knows that when you do sing, I can't hold back the publicity.
There you go.
I will sing if someone will join me because I was a vocal major back in the day.
Well, I'd love to hear that.
Karen,
join me, Jackie. You want to join me?
I'm not joining, and Jackie's not going to join. I don't think she will.
Happy birthday to you.
To you. All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, amazing Kim. Happy birthday to you.
Beautiful. I love that.
Almost ruined it. I had
well
to step
done,
back.
Karen.
Yeah.
Give me room for my money.
Yeah,
Man.
right.
I think that's enough win for the session. I think we can get into it now that we have that big, immense win. Did you have a fun birthday? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Yeah. We went to the Eagles game on Sunday. That was the one thing I wanted to do for my birthday. So it was very cold, but it was fun, and it was Lila's first Eagles game. Ethan's been to like 2, but Lila's never been to one, so it was her first game. So it was a lot of fun.
You got a problem now, though.
Yeah, I know.
They
now I have
didn't
to
give
buy
up a
4
single
tickets
point.
every time. Every time we go to a game, I have to buy 4 tickets.
And they didn't give up a single point.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're all expecting you to show up at every game
Yeah.
the rest of the year. Well, everybody that here is an Eagles fan. There's some non-Eagles fans in here. I don't think our friend is joining us today, Nick, with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have missed their way.
Oh yeah, he's conveniently missing right now. I feel like that's intentional.
Yeah, we actually have to call out Nick, and I'll make sure that I do this and make sure I message him about this. All right. Kim's birthday's a win. I want to get to the topic of the week because we have like 2 weeks left towards the end of the year. And I know we all get into the busy schedule of our holidays, which I think we should, because that's actually the time we should be spending with our families. But it's also the time to really ramp up our plan for next year in a million different ways. We talked about the business of goals, talk about numbers, we talk about transactions and things like that and how much money we want to make. But I don't think we talk enough about having a full-on intentional plan for current and past clients. Like, do we have an intentional plan for making sure that they love us and we love them? That we refer them. And the way I put it,
what we just talked about was a good segue, right? Like, I think we jump into. I know I'm not even a client, but you there's intent behind. You know, you didn't just send a generic text or a Facebook, a Facebook wall post. Like you actually, and it wasn't a generic video, right? Have you ever gotten a video from someone, but you can tell
Hey, you.
they recorded one like, hey, it's your birthday, happy birthday, love your favorite realtor, but they never said your name. And so they just used that same video for everyone's birthday that entire year. So,
It's
I think
baffling.
that's a good segue here to being intentional about, do you have a few seconds to actually send a real video to your clients specific to them to stay in touch, not just generic.
And it took us less than a minute. We didn't we don't record multiple ones. And when I do it, I don't record multiple ones. It's fun that I'm a human. Like if I screw up, I'm like, oh man, look at me. I screwed up. I did this for you. So it takes such little time. So like, I don't know how big everybody's database is, but if you have like 500 people in your database and you have to send everybody one 30-second birthday message throughout the year, how much time are you literally taking? You're taking no time at all and making an impact. We're going to get to that. Birthdays are a whole nother thing. The reality of today, though, is I want this to be a group effort. I know that Kim and I love sharing, and we both have a ton to share. We could probably fill like 4 hours of time with stuff to share about what we do for our clients. But if you have something, this is a brag session. Let's talk about what we do. Let's come together with the things that we do that are outside the box for our clients, but with intentionality, like not whimsically do things. Let's talk about the things that we've planned out and organized. And I'm going to say it, but I don't say it too often, but what do we do to make it epic for our clients? And epic isn't a buyer thing or a seller thing. Epic is a standard that makes sure that your clients never forget it, that they smile when they think about it, and most importantly, that they refer you and they come back to you when they need something with real estate. And so I'm going to jump in real quickly before you start going on what you do, but I do want to hit the nail on the head on why we're here. Because the business end of this is everything in addition to the personal end of this. Like I love reaching out to my clients. I love it. It's probably something that I have fun doing, so I do it. And it's not hard to find intentionality around loving my clients. My high I personality probably allows me to be comfortable doing it, but I do it for business purposes because I need referrals. Like I absolutely need referrals in my business unless I want to do open houses or buy internet leads or do all the other things that we don't want to do to get opportunities. I really, really, really need referrals, and it takes a lot for someone to refer somebody else. And so one of the questions I wrote down when I started this is, what does it take you to refer somebody in your life? Like, we want cheerleaders. We want people to literally leave our settlements and be cheerleaders and tell the world about us. Because if they do, then we're going to have a nice life of getting leads and getting opportunities and not fighting for business. Yet, I don't think anybody can sit here and say that they are a cheerleader for a whole group of people and they're helping businesses grow by being cheerleaders for people that have done great work for them. And so how much effort does it actually take for us as agents to get our clients to refer us and come back to us? And I promise you, it ain't sending magnets and only magnets with team calendars, only that. I'm not saying we don't do it. We do it. We have those gifts, but it's not the only thing that's going to get them to refer you and come back to you. And so what we're talking about today is how are we going to build a business? And if you haven't built it, how are we going to build one? Or how have you? Because man, I want to hear from the people that are getting referrals. But what are we doing to make sure these people love us so much that they refer us? What are your thoughts, Kimberly, birthday lady?
Well, I think to your point, right? Like, yes, everyone can send an Eagles calendar and it's a great reminder of who you are. But if you're only doing that and you're not doing it in conjunction with personal things, like the personal things are the things that matter, right? Like, if you get on someone's mailing list, like there's an insurance adjuster that has sent me a calendar every Christmas for like 15 years. I've never spoken to him. I've never talked to him. I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him. Like and so when I get that calendar, like it means nothing to me because I have no connection. Like I need a connection. Now, if there was you know, if he was calling and showing an interest or like, you know, something, then when I get the calendar, it probably would actually remind me of him and it would be a good thing. But like, it's almost a joke when I get this calendar because I was like, I would not know this guy if I walked past him on the street. And I just got on a list one year and he's been sending me these calendars ever since, but it's not done with any personal connection behind it. So it, you know, it doesn't have the impact it should.
Yes, I love this because that's automated. That is literally a machine of automation that has been living off of a business that says a certain amount of automated material will create a certain amount of automated business. Well, in real estate, that's starting to go away very quickly. The automatic, I do this and I get this return, I think is where the agents are struggling right now because they're not getting the automated return that someone like that might get from their business. You know what I know about you? If I asked you, name 3 or 4 businesses that you have helped grow. Like, forget us trying to grow our businesses, but you have immense intentionality in your life about other businesses and helping them grow. And so, like, I love the fact that you're a perfect person that we can say, all right, well, how much do we do it? Because I know I try to do it. There's a plumber that I know that would say, man, Adam, thank you for all the plumbing business you've given me. You refer me plumbing business, and an electrician or other things or other people. But man, you do it for restaurants. You do it for other things. And it's crazy because that's why you get referrals. That's why you get repeat business, because there's intentionality around. Part of this is helping other people grow.
Oh yeah, totally. And it's
crazy.
all the community and the network and the, you know, so it's not even like that, like it's not one person, but it's just the community all around that, you know, one business or one restaurant or one person.
Yeah. So like, if you think about it, the first thing I wanted everybody to think about intentionally is, well, like I wake up every morning hoping I'm going to get a referral from somebody, hoping that somebody out there in the ecosystem knows somebody who might need my help. And when they happen, like you could probably see me dancing, like I'm dancing when I get a referral. And when that happens, it's great. We should feel just as good when we refer somebody else's business, because when we do that, that's how we're going to grow. So we're going to, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so, all right, so I have a question.
Yes.
And I know my answer to this, but I don't know your answer to this. And this is a very important question. When you get that phone call and someone says, hey, I, want to buy a house, John, and Susie gave me your number. What is like what do you do? What's your plan at that point?
I love this. But first of all, we have a machine. I know you do too. We have, like, when this happens, there's no thought, there's no winging it, which is exactly what we're doing today, which is I want everybody to see there's a machine that happens that sounds automated because I'm calling it a machine, but damn if it's not as personal as it gets. I'm immediately sending a video message to thank the people, regardless of whatever happens. I don't care if I ever connect with them. I don't care if I do a consult with them. I'm celebrating the hell out of the trust that they put in me to refer me. So first thing, they're getting a video message. Now, if I don't know about them, I'm going into send out cards and I'm sending brownies, because not everybody, but almost everybody loves brownies. Jackie's saying it, she's in there. So I send brownies, and in send out cards, it's a personal message that says to that person, and thank you for wearing that specific person. And it says, I'm going to keep you in the loop throughout the whole time. And it goes out it goes out in the machine within I would say within 24 hours, all of that happens. How about you?
So, and that's the reason I asked that, is because so many people I talk to refer the closing.
Yep.
But it's the action of the referral that's the important part. It does not matter if they close. It does not matter if they never return your phone call. Like John and Susie refer Mary, and then Mary never returned your calls. That doesn't mean you don't thank John and Susie just because Mary never called you back, because you want to keep the action of referring going. So
yeah, we're going to celebrate. We're celebrating the referral just in the way that if I send my clients who need a plumber. I say plumber a lot, and I'm going to say Brandon Lang because we're on Facebook, and I freaking love Brandon. He's my guy. He's growing his plumbing business, and every time, it's not that every time I send Brandon their way that they use Brandon. But man, if I'm not saying, hey, call Brandon, I'm saying, Brandon, you're going to get a call from this person maybe, and he'll thank me. I saw him at Santa Day. He was immensely grateful for the fact that I do that. Let's back.
I'm just going to comment. Kim and Adam
Yes.
are both saying that as soon as you get that referral, you send a little thank you gift or whatever, no matter what happens.
Immediately. And I try to make it
Yeah.
as personal as possible. So if I know something about them, I don't have to send them my basic referral gift. Now, if I don't know enough, I'm sending brownies because that's like, and I send enough for the kids and everybody that's in that house. I don't need people fighting over the brownies. But if I know about them, I'm going to send them just something about them or a restaurant gift card they like. And so my intentionality starts with, I love this. This is awesome. I love how this is leading perfectly into this. You ready? The intentionality starts with your CRM. Because you can have a plan for how you're going to take care of your clients. And literally, Kim and I are going to go over topics, and we're going to talk about what we do within those topics for all of our clients throughout the year. But if you don't know your clients, you're sending brownies to everybody. And sometimes your people don't like brownies, maybe. Or sometimes you're sending Cutco knives to people who order food every night and never spend a second in their kitchen, even though Adam loves Cutco knives, and I would use Cutco knives every time I got the chance. So
yeah, or you're sending brownies to someone who's clearly told you they're gluten-free.
Oh my God.
You're right.
Thinking about, or,
And even if it's an agent referral, I guess, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
so
So
you
when
guys
it's an
know.
agent referral, yes, they will be getting, a large percentage at the end of the transaction, but same premise, I want to be their go-to referral source. If their client they referred flakes out or goes with someone else, that's not their fault. I still want them to remember me, when they're sending someone to my area.
Sure.
Yep. And you don't care even when you see them like at Santa Day or Thanksgiving when they say, oh, that person didn't work with you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just appreciate you doing it. But this starts 100% with knowing your database. And when I say knowing it, like, I love this. It's not hard for me to know this because it's pretty simple, because Kim's favorite band happens to be my favorite band of all time. So it's a really easy thing for me to always remember, but I know she loves Pearl Jam. So Kim's birthday comes along now. I'm horrible at secrets, so I can't surprise anybody with anything. So I sent her a sweatshirt with Eddie Vedder on the front of it, and she's getting it, and I had to send it to her ahead of time. Couldn't wait till it shows up tomorrow. But what I'm saying is, I need you guys to judge yourselves on how your CRM is set up and how you're nurturing your people, not just asking questions, but how are you putting that information into your CRM so that you know these things about people without having to remember. Kim runs a really big business. I run a business nowhere near as big as Kim, but I will say she doesn't remember anything. I'm sure she doesn't remember anything about anybody, but she has an intentional system that will make people feel like she remembers everything about them. And I know in my system, I need to know that. I try to make sure I know as much as I can so that they feel that I remember anything. And it starts
especially things about their kids and their pets.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that, and I don't want to overtake it again, but I will say this. If you don't know anything about your people, if you know nothing about your clients at all, you don't know their personality, you don't know what they like, but you know they have kids, then do something for their kids, because I promise you, you're going to affect all personality types if you make the kids smile. Like, well, we're going to talk about it, but Santa Day is a day where people show up and their kids are smiling the entire time. They might not even care about Santa. They may not even, but the kids are smiling. All right. I love that you said that. This is our way of intentionality, going, look, even if I don't know about people, what can I do to impact the majority in kids and pets? Pets than kids. Pearl, you give me something for Pearl. Get Brianna and Grace. Big Pearl happy. All right. So CRM. Is there anybody that has any thoughts around this? Like, or questions, or what do they do to make sure that they get information in their CRM?
I want to add something that you
Yes.
just did, that you recently did for a client who had the pets, uh, 4 huge dogs. We didn't know much,
Yes.
but we knew she had 4 huge dogs, and they all moved from Florida up to PA, and it was an awesome situation. Anyway, so the gift that he gave her was 4 personalized huge dog bowls with each of their names on it. And she like cried when we
He
gave it to
did.
her. She was
He
like,
was
"This is so
crying.
thoughtful." I mean, it's so easy to
Oh,
learn that about someone and to be intentional, and it makes such a big impact, and it's super memorable.
It was,
Anyway,
thank you for bringing that up. It's funny because we're here to actually highlight. I want everybody to come up with ideas. I know Vulcan's here. He does stuff, I'm sure, for his clients. People that are here that do things for their clients. And I love that you brought that up, but that's real. By the way, I had never met her in person. She was living in Florida, and I had a consultation with her, and I asked enough questions to learn that her dogs were the most important thing in her entire life. It was like, through the whole conversation, I'm moving because I want my dogs to be happy. I want this. There's nothing else in her life but her 4 gigantic dogs. And so I didn't ask her her dogs' names. I got her sister to tell me her dogs' names. So she was even baffled that I even knew the dogs' names to put their names on different bowls, and different bowls. I love that you brought that up, baby. Thank you for saying. But yeah, it cost me just as much as a Cutco knife would have cost me to buy her and give her off the shelf. But she ain't gonna forget that. That's true. But your CRM. The cool thing, by the way, everybody, we had the coaching group today, and people were asking me in the coaching group, how do you make sure you get the information from your consultation into your CRM effectively? Because you get busy, you meet with people, and you write it down, but you don't actively get it into your CRM easy. And it has been hard. 15 years ago, it was write it on a piece of paper, type it into my CRM, and that was the way I do it. And then I started voicing the information into my CRM when I did consults. The cool thing now, and I just showed the group this, is when I meet with people in consultation now, and I do it on Zoom, I can use my AI note taker.
Yeah.
And I take that recording. Here's what I do, everybody. This is something you could do automatically right now. Take the Fathom recording, go into ChatGPT, copy the transcript, copy the summary, and then say to ChatGPT, pull out all of the personal information from this meeting that I need to know about this person, pull out anything that I would want in follow-up for this person, and it literally gives you all of that information that I can immediately put into my CRM. And now forever, I can, before I talk to somebody, before I meet with them, before their birthdays are coming up, I can go into my CRM. I don't have to type it anymore. I can literally pay attention in the meeting and then use the AI tool to actually get the information into your CRM. This is how you do it. You can't talk about having intentionality around the topics we're going to talk about unless you get relevant, amazing information about people, about everything you can. I almost challenge everybody to, if you take your database, sit down and really know how much do you know about your people. I'm not talking about your friends and family. I'm talking about the random client that you helped buy one house 10 years ago. I don't remember any of it, just so we're on the same page. I wish I could tell you all I remember it, but I was very, very, very intentional about putting it into my CRM so I didn't have to remember it. Kim, what do you got to say? Let me throw it back to you.
And if you don't know a lot, there's always Facebook stalking.
All right, we're going to go there. All right, so let's do this because, yeah, we're at the time. This is a good time to do this. So now that we know our CRM is the place where we're housing the information, I'm not winging it next year. Kim doesn't wing it in terms of what she actually does for each of these people. Regardless of how big your database is, if it's gigantic, you can still do these things because her database is very big, mine's pretty big, and we can do these things. So what I want to talk about is what we do, not just winging it, but what do we do and what do we have planned out for intentionality for next year, okay? We good?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, birthdays.
Well, so first things first, before you
you
even
do
get
it.
to what
Go
you do
for
for
it.
those occasions, right?
Yes.
How are you capturing the data to make sure you know when those occasions are happening? So
Okay. Go.
when you, what I personally do is when there's a closing, I ask the title company to send me copies of the driver's licenses because the title company makes copies of the driver's licenses. So send me a copy of those, please. And that way, then I have their birthdays. If
Yep.
I somehow didn't get the birthday from that, or maybe we haven't gotten to a closing yet, the lender always knows the birthday, right? So you can get it from the lender or social media. If you find them on social media, you can find their birthday. So it's really important that you capture their birthday to put in your CRM. Otherwise, how are you even going to know that it's their birthday that day?
I
And
love
then
that you asked this. Man, you needed to stop me on here. You're right. Because if we talk about CRM and saying we have to get the information, we probably should talk about what information are we trying to get?
Yeah.
Like, and do we have intentionality? I do. I keep saying intentionality, but I think that's really important in our business that we wing it instead of actually having a plan. And I will tell you, and I have access, I'll share it with everybody. I'll find a way to get it to everybody. But I have an intake form, a checklist of information that I want to get to know about my people. And I don't mean by an intake, because intake means that I get this information when I meet them. What I want to know is, what am I trying to learn about them over my relationship with them? Sometimes it's immediately I get their birthday. Sometimes it's immediately I get their anniversaries and their kids' names because they share it all with me. But I actually have a list of things that I want to know about them, including in that list is, what are the charities that they support? Have they mentioned restaurants that they love? What are their pets' names, like we talked about? But I don't wing what I want to know about them. I actually have a list that says, hey, when I call them for the holidays, I can look at that list and go, you know what? I don't know this about them yet. And now I can constantly be filling that. It's my fuel for future business. In reality, if I'm really focused on it, that information is what is going to drive them to refer me.
Yep.
I love that. Birthdays are the number one thing. So how do you get, so I do think we need to have a plan for, what do we want to know about our people? Like, I want to be me personally, I want to know as much as I can so that I can impact them, because it's cool. If I know their charity that they support or they volunteer at a certain thing, when perfectly amazing events come up for them, I can hit the nail on the head. I donated to this cause for your birthday because I know this is important to you, or whatever it is. Because if I learn to them, they don't like gifts, but they love this organization, I can go, all right, I'll go in. It's their birthday. This is what I do, everybody. It's someone's birthday. I go in the CRM and I learn, okay, what can I know about them that would impact them? And do I want to, and some people get bigger impacts than others. Kim Rock gets a sweatshirt that has Eddie Vedder on it because I love that she does this with me. And she's a great friend, and other people might get brownies. But I go into my CRM and I look for ways to impact them. And that's the information we need to get. So you guys get this information, is my point. Yes?
Yes.
What other information do you guys have to get?
So definitely birthdays, right? And then
Yep.
when we talk about anniversaries, there's two kinds of anniversaries, right?
Yep.
So there's their anniversary, like wedding anniversary, if you want to,
Yep.
wish them a happy anniversary if you've met their spouse. But there's also the anniversary of the house they buy. So that's another anniversary that you want to make sure you're putting in there, because, the first year, especially after they've bought the house, most people forget what day they bought the house. So if you're the one reminding them, it was exactly a year ago today that we closed on 123 Main Street. How's your first year been in the house? That's a pretty special day to, check in with them.
And I'll say, I called somebody 2 weeks ago and it was their 10th anniversary. And they don't remember the 10th anniversary, a decade of being in a home. So, all right, so let's start with topics, because if you guys have ideas that you do, let's shoot it out. But let's start with what I think is the number one thing that we should be doing for every single person, which is birthdays. I think birthdays, if you don't celebrate your people in your life's birthday, including your past clients and current clients, I don't know what else you're going to do, because their birthday is the one day that you can really shine as someone that cares about them and will feel like you care about them. So you guys know, I'll get into what I do, but how do you get the birthday information and how to make sure you know about it? Do you guys, I mean, do you guys have a plan for how you do it? How about you, Kim? Yeah, go.
I do ask my clients for their license all the time. Like this is when we meet, I need that. So that's how I get their information.
I love that. So what I do, just so you guys know, I'm going to just tell you guys what I do for birthdays specifically. When I find out it's anybody's birthday that's important to me, one, it goes into the CRM because you never know about Gmail or my Google Calendar. It might go away and you never know. So it goes into the CRM, but almost immediately I go to my phone and I go into my calendar that I call VIP birthday calendars. And for everybody whose birthday that I find out about, I have for now, I don't know, 15 years, somehow found a way to get their birthdays onto that calendar. And all I have to do, and it takes me less than a minute, is put the birthday on the calendar, set to repeat annually every year, no matter what. And every year that birthday comes along and I wake up every morning and I have a calendar event for everybody's birthday. So I don't have to remember anything. I don't remember. Oh, I kind of screwed up because I'm starting to realize I need to look ahead at people's birthdays because I went and had coffee with Kim on Thursday. I keep getting my days. Was it Thursday for Saturday, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I saw her on Thursday and then didn't see that her birthday was on Saturday and I should have known ahead of time. Karen, what did you say? All right, you guys can unmute. Go ahead and speak up.
No, I just said that when I put them in as a contact with their phone number, I just put the birthday because there's a place in your phone for that too. So that it's in multiple places.
Yes.
Well, here's a fun thing though that my phone just started doing is and I'm sorry for anyone who has an Apple, but you probably don't have this feature.
Do we really want to talk about phone issues with you?
But Google Messages knows if you say the words happy birthday to someone, and after you send that text, it pops up with a thing saying, would you like to save their birthday for future? So now it's like compiling a list of birthdays in the contacts, like Karen just said, because like I don't have it in the contact on my phone, but now every time I say happy birthday to someone, it's asking me if I want to add it to the contact. So I'm saying yes.
It happens on the iPhone also.
Sure.
It does.
I'm putting that in the
does.
cool, scary bucket. That's scary.
It actually does. This is actually important to talk about in the fact that, look, 15 years ago, we didn't have there was no AI tools. It was try to find a way to remember their birthday or to have it remind you of your birthday. And I would use Google Calendar. My expectation is in a year from now, the Google Calendar is probably going to be an antiquated way because there's going to be tools like that are going to tell you when it's people's birthdays. So you're not going to actually win by just knowing it's people's birthdays anymore. I've been winning by just knowing it's their birthdays ahead of time because I use the calendar. Now it's going to be about how you celebrate their birthdays and how are you showing, okay, that you remembered it. Great. We all have AI. We all have this. We all have that. Now, how are you going to stand out even more? And you better get ahead of it because you're going to be beat down by people that really know the people in their database. All right.
So wait, here's a twist on this. And you unintentionally did this.
Oh, no.
So many people say happy birthday now automated through Facebook, whatever, because you can click a button on Facebook and just happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday on their birthday. What about intentionally the day before? I just wanted to be the first one to wish you a happy birthday. I know your birthday's tomorrow. Or wait purposely until the day after. I'm so sorry I missed your birthday yesterday, because the conversations the day before and the day after are almost more memorable than the day of when they're flooded with all the automated stuff.
One of my coaches once told me, do all your birthdays on Friday, regardless of the birthdays, and say, I know you were inundated, so I wanted to get to you, and do it intentionally a day or so after their birthdays. I'm not doing that, but I do agree. Yeah. I do. But here's the thing. I'm not going to argue with the head of it. The day before, let me be the first person to wish you a happy birthday before your birthday. So now should look, could I get ahead of it by looking at the calendar ahead of the day and say, because I do this, I go, oh, whose birthdays are tomorrow? So I know when I wake up in the morning how many birthday messages I actually have to send. But what if I just said, hey, before everybody gets to you, I want to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. That's actually what I wanted to do that I was angry with myself that I didn't do when we were there.
But also because you are sending a video, I think it still cuts through the noise of all the generic stuff because no one else is doing that. Like honestly, no one else is 2 people are doing that, you know. Out of 400, 2 people send a video, so you're still standing out.
Well, here's the thing. If you're even trying to create any sort of standard that is epic or whatever you want to call it, I really don't care what everybody calls what they give their clients an experience. But if you start with their birthdays by doing automated stuff that literally is happy birthday on Facebook wall, or even if you use automated send out cards that say happy birthday, love Adam, that's automated that they get on their birthday. Well, there was a time where the card that said happy birthday Adam on it was impressive to people because, oh my God, the card actually has my name on it. Well, no one's impressed by that anymore. And no one's going to be impressed by things that are more and more automated with how you do it. And so, man, all right, so what do I do? All right, everybody should know that one of my intentionalities around birthdays, by the way, you got to make birthday epic of anything. You are not going to subscribe to referrals and repeat business if you can't make birthday memorable, and make them smile, and make them tell somebody about it. It literally takes 30 seconds to send a birthday video, and I promise you, they're going to smile. They're going to remember that video message amongst all the basic ones they get. And most of the time, their own brothers, sisters, uncles, family don't send them a video message, but you do. So if you're not doing that, birthdays are literally, if you're not doing that, there's no sense in talking about other things because birthdays are the easiest way to do it. But I go further with birthdays, and I don't know, I do want to talk about it because when I send video messages, if I don't know anything or if I want to find a way to really hit home, I will ask in that video message, hey, I want to let me know, what are you doing tonight for your birthday? How are you celebrating? I ask almost all the time in my birthday video messages, tell me how you're celebrating your birthday. I love sometimes I don't get any responses. And what I'll do when I don't get responses is I'll send them, you see me, I've sent this to you before, a Starbucks barcode. And I say, go get Starbucks for your birthday. And I literally, this was your idea. This was your idea that I stole 100%. Yeah, completely stole your idea. But I do that now when they don't respond and say what they're doing for their birthday. But when they do respond, I'm going to whatever restaurant or I'm going somewhere. If it's someone that's super important to me, if it's someone that's like massively important in my life, I will literally call the restaurant and get a round of drinks sent to the table that say Adam and Jackie Boxman want to wish you a very happy birthday, and we get them a round of drinks. Or if they don't drink, they get an appetizer. Again, know your clients. All of this takes literally no time at all. Some people respond. I think there was 8 birthdays today, believe it or not. 8 people had birthdays today on my calendar. Some responded, some didn't. Some got barcodes for Starbucks. My friend Noelle Nero is going out to dinner and still hasn't responded as to where she's going. When she does, I'll be sending drinks to where they're at. It doesn't take very long.
I got the info.
Oh, you did get the info. Jackie got the info. By the way, it's fun. That's my personality. But it's business-like. It's business. If we want to have intentionality around our business, well, we might as well celebrate our clients' birthdays. And it's not hard to celebrate 8 people. That's the most I get. I mean, 8 people in one day is a massive amount. All right. Do you do anything else for birthdays?
So along the lines of what you said, I definitely pay attention to social media. Like you ask, where are you going tonight? I kind of will watch, and if someone checks in somewhere, then I'll call. But that then is me saying like, well, she's about 5'5", blonde hair. She's probably wearing glasses.
Yes.
In the photo that she just posted on social media, there was artwork behind her of a woman like what?
Jackie will literally attest to this. This is what we've done. It's fun. Like there was one time Sam Jackson had a birthday and I didn't know what restaurant he was at, but I but I found out he was at Texas Roadhouse because I saw in the picture on social media. So I called the Texas Roadhouse near where he lived and we found him. But yeah, I actually think birthdays, like sometimes, well, first of all, when I don't know it's birthdays, social media tells me and I put it on my calendar. So there's a lot of clients that I haven't found out during the process. So social media is an amazing way to not just find out it's their birthday and put on their wall, happy birthday, take it off of that calendar and put it on your own personal calendar right away. Put it in your CRM if it wasn't already in your CRM.
Well, and the other thing too that I do is, so I pull, just like you, like I pull the list of birthdays that are upcoming. So I know whose birthday it's going to be. And I pull that from the database, but then I cross-check Facebook to see if there's anyone that I was missing that if Facebook's telling me it's their birthday and they didn't have in the CRM. And then that's my opportunity to add it to the CRM when I pull the list.
She's way more than involved. Yeah, man, that's more intentionality to me. Usually what I'll do is I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, damn, that person wasn't on my calendar. And I'll just do it. My thing is, if I keep doing it every day, then every year that
eventually
list is just building and it's just building and building and building. When I started doing this 15 years ago, I might have one birthday every couple of days. And now every day I'm calling or texting or video messaging 3 or 4 people a day.
Also, have you noticed that literally everyone in the world is born in June? When I get to June, I'm like, holy crap, there's 27 people today. Like every day in June is insane.
Yeah. Let's see about that. Let's go back 9 months.
I know it's like winter maybe when they're
I think it's September, right?
Yeah, it's the end of the summer. People are so hot; they're not wearing any clothes. I don't know.
Most of the Farleys are born 9 months from St. Patty's Day. If you want to ask my in-laws how the Irish have kids, they usually.
True story. My birthday's coming up, December 31st. Everyone, put it in your CRM.
Oh, look at that! By the way,
we will sing to you, Jackie. We will sing.
Thank you, Karen.
By the way, it's ironic that I celebrate birthdays so much, and the hardest birthday in the world is Jackie's birthday to celebrate on New Year's Eve. You try and bring people together who already have plans for New Year's Eve every year for 30 years, trying to make her birthday. And then, by the way, the entire world celebrates the end of her birthday all at the same time. So it's like, oh, everybody's kissing and happy. And she's like, well, my birthday's over. So it's the hardest thing ever. All right. So birthdays, that is, I think, a #1 priority. If you don't have anything that you do consistently and effectively, just start doing birthdays for all of your people. You could go as far as your kids, those kids' birthdays. I don't do clients' kids' birthdays unless it's Ethan and Lila. Like I have to do it for them. But all right, so the next one is anniversaries. I start with settlement anniversaries because I have another calendar on my. So every time a client settles on their house, they go on immediately in my machine onto the settlement anniversary calendar, which annually tells me, just like the birthday one. So every morning I get my birthdays into my settlement anniversaries, and they get a video message from me that says, yeah, I know it's not your birthday. I know it's not your birthday, and you're wondering, why is Adam sending you a video? But today's the anniversary of you settling on your house X amount of years ago. And I just want to tell you how grateful I am for having been a small part of such a big moment in your life. And I can't believe another year's gone by. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you, and I'll see you at Santa Day or this or whatever. And they get a video from me celebrating the anniversary of the settlement on their home. And if they're that special, they're getting something else. If they're a referral source, then I'll go even further if I can. There's one other thing that I do want to bring up. Every year, throughout the year, this is not something you do for everybody every year, but let's say you helped 15 people buy a home this year. That's 15 people that settled on a house that if you took yourself out of the picture finally and didn't take a picture with your clients, you could take a picture of your clients in front of their home on the most important day of the entire year for them that year. And then right now, you could send them in the next 2 weeks before the holidays that picture, simply one 4x6 printout saying, I just want to say how grateful I am to help you buy this house this year. And this is something you can put in a frame. If they put it in a frame, and by the way, if you're that important, you could frame it and send it to them, but you're celebrating the most important day of the year that they had that year. And every time they look at that picture, you're not in it. You don't have to be in it because you sent it to them. And so
we do similar to that. at the end of the year, leading up to the holidays, their address of the house they purchased on an ornament for their tree. And you could also do the picture that you took on the ornament. We do like a, one of those people that carves out of wood, like it's a picture of the house and then it's got the address on it. So that then every year on their tree, they've got the address of the house.
All right, Jackie, write that one down. Jackie, write that one down. We're all stealing ideas.
That's the whole point, right? Steal good ideas. That's what we're here for.
But man, I want you guys to imagine something. Every year, the ornament gets taken out of a box and they talk about it. Oh man, remember we got this one? And they put it on the tree. And every year, they take that ornament off the tree. And every year, you're the person that brought it. Man, intentionality with a plan that can make an impact is awesome. By the way, don't send it to Jewish people.
Well, it's not Christmas. So like, even if you don't have a tree, do I have an example? Oh, hold on. I do here. This is an example that the woman had made me before. So see it?
I love this.
Now down here where she just wrote like as a sample, new homes, new beginnings, whatever. But it normally says like, the Boxman family, 123 Main Street, like whatever. And then right here is the year. So
I
they
love
remember the year that
So it could be an ornament, but it could
so
not
it
be an
could
ornament.
just be hung on anything. Yeah, it's not like Christmas-y. It's, it can go on a shelf. Yeah.
Kim,
I love
where do
this.
you get them from? Where do you order that from?
Like Etsy. We actually ended up finding a girl local, like has an Etsy shop, but she's also local. So we just pick up from her, but she's an Etsy seller.
Gotcha. Thank you.
The real estate team, you know what they do? It's funny. I joined the team. I don't realize everything that Melissa does, but they do a flip book. What's it called? What's the photo books that you can get made easily? What's that called? What's the company that makes the photo books?
Oh, like the chat books or something?
No, they're actually picture books.
Yeah, but that's
made.
well, there's a company called like Chatbook, but it's all the pictures that like you upload into a little book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. So she gets one of those made for when they sell their home, of the pictures that we have of the house. So to remember the house that they owned, or if they're buying a home, it's welcome to your new home. And she has them sent. And it's funny because she does that. And I like try to get so personal that's awesome. And they do it, but it's not what we lean on. Like you don't lean on those things. You just do those things additionally. All right. Anything else? Anybody have any other ideas for settlement anniversaries? By the way, Cindy, I know you mentioned something. Why don't you say I know you mentioned something about what you do. Go ahead.
For on here, the chat that I just,
Yes.
yeah. So as a lender, so I'm a lender, and what I stopped doing it because I wasn't sure if it was valuable enough, because not enough people would respond. So I wasn't sure. But when it was someone's birthday, I would message the realtor that I worked with and say, just want to give you a heads up, it's so-and-so's birthday today. And I'm so excited because now I can like bring that back and feel good about it. I don't like to do anything.
You should absolutely keep doing that. I love that you do that. And that's why I wanted you to mention it, because if they're not remembering it, well, they need to have somebody, and they're going to thank you for helping them remember what they should already know to begin with. And so, by the way, it's why I love that you're here, because it's all like, this isn't just about real estate in terms of agents helping clients. It's literally like, how do you actually have intentionality around clients? So your clients happen to maybe be agents also, and the consumer.
Adam, if you don't mind me
yes,
saying something. So on your annual reviews, I don't know how everybody else does it, but I call them an annual financial review, because I want to know, hey, have they completed their homestead? Many clients that I talk to a year later, they've forgotten about it, especially after the purchase. And then talking about building other businesses, do they have a CPA? Do they have a financial?
Is he freezing or is that me?
No, he froze for a minute.
Oh, okay. So I asked him if they have, if they've completed their homestead, do they have a will? Do they have a CPA? Do they have a financial advisor? And then being able to refer them out to those clients to protect their families. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I've had clients pass away without wills and things like that. So it's super important that I see that I want to take care of them. So,
You know, it's funny. I think so my perspective, I love that because your perspective is like a financial perspective. Like I want to protect these people because one, a lot of times you've seen their financial picture, so you know, all right, I can give them important information and also connect them with people that are going to make them even better financially, right? Like the
Yep.
people that you're talking about. I love that. And they need that. So in your business, right, having a plan for how do I make sure that they get the information that they need, like remind them of the homestead, remind them of what they need, but also connect them with other people by saying, do you need those? It's weird because in real estate, I look at it like I want my clients to come to me with anything that they do. You have a plumber? Do you have an electrician? Do you have a whatever it is? Because in the same way that you're bringing value to the client by making sure they know what they need to know and have the people they need, I don't think in real estate we sit here and go, I have my list of people that I'm helping grow their business, but also helping my clients with what they need with house. Because if they come to me with house, I'm going to get the referral and I'm going to get the repeat business. I love that. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. So social media, I do want to hit that as a topic. Because I think what happens in life is we get into social media almost as our escape. And we get into scroll, mindless scroll, instead of saying, man, I'm going to go on social media today and I'm going to actually look for the database people and find out what's going on in their life. What's going on in the people's life that I love and care about, but also how can I make sure that I can find ways to see them? Love you, Vulcan. I will catch up with you, buddy. Thank you for saying that. I want to know that I can find a way to actually see those people without having to scroll and let Facebook tell me how to do it. So something that I started like a year ago, and I didn't have this before, is I started just a Facebook group for my past clients. And I invited them all to join and say, we're going to bring value, but also if you have a business, highlight it here. If you have a restaurant, highlight it. And so now I can go to that group and learn about my people with intentionality. Kim, you are amazing on social media. Please tell these people what you do and how you plan to make sure you find people, but also get a message out.
I mean, it's really not that calculated. I kind of just, share the things I like. And so a lot of that for me does tend to be a new coffee shop or a restaurant, or a lot of it's food related. But also, other vendors, other contractors, and just like you said, bringing people together. So like social media with intentionality could be looking for people that are asking for recommendations on stuff. When you're looking at your friends list and being the person that chimes in with the recommendations, whether it's, someone posts, hey, does anyone know of this or that? Or, does anyone know of a place we can go for Christmas dinner, whatever. Like if you're the one always chiming in, making recommendations, then you start to resonate as like someone who, knows is the local guide or, has the local resources. The other thing someone told me once, and I think this is a really cool thing to think about, is likewise, you could flip it and you could look to see who are the other people like you who are always recommending people, because those are the people you kind of want to get to know.
Yeah.
Because if they're always chiming
They're
in
the
with
cheerleaders.
this restaurant recommendation. Yeah. So like fun story. This is super timely. This happened to me yesterday. So yesterday I was talking to a seller that I had a listing appointment with last week, and she had interviewed me and another person. And so I was on the phone with her because she had some follow-up questions, and she was ultimately telling me she wanted to go with me. And she told me a funny story. She was like, what's really funny? My husband went to a barber shop in Newtown yesterday, and he was just casually talking to his barber about the fact that we're going to be selling the house. And the barber mentioned your name. And he was like, oh, that's funny. We met with her the other day and whatever. And I was like, who's the barber? And she told me the barber's name. I was like, I don't know this person. I said, do you know, like, did he say if he's a past client? I'm not like, I don't recognize his name. And she was like, no, I think he just heard of you and like, you know, so he just chimed in that he knew that you sell a lot in the area, whatever. So the first thing I did when I hung up with her was I messaged the barber on Instagram and I was like, hey, thank you so much for referring, you know, Dan and Tammy. I don't think we know each other, but I would love to know you. I want to support your business. You're supporting my business. Like my son, my 13-year-old son needs a new barber. Like you're our guy. And so, but like, you know, that kind of thing is like amazing.
You guys know, like, this is how she has built her business, like with exactly that. But, and it comes as icing on the cake. You feel like, wow, how did that happen? I can't believe that happened. I don't know that barber. That has come from the way you have built it with intentionality. It comes from commenting. It comes from everything that you've done with a plan, that it's not winging it, that it's not like just saying, no, that's not an accident. That's not remotely an accident, even though it feels like it. But when you build the right business, every piece of business that comes to you feels like some sort of accident or some sort of like miracle that was given to you, when in reality that guy saying that is everything that you've done across the board in that area for people to feel that way.
And it's like the fact that that guy who doesn't even know me, like
Yep.
I didn't, it's not like, oh, I sent him cookies the last time he referred someone, so now he's trying even harder. Like he just did it to do it. So now if I send him cookies, like, my gosh, like he's already doing that unprompted. Imagine what he would do when I like actually do now send him, you know, cookies and am like, you know, maintaining some kind of relationship with him.
I don't think agents understand how much they have the opportunity to stand out amongst our peers, because most people don't do anything like what we're talking about. Most people will get a business where they say, I'm going to send magnets out and this out and that out, and they never really get intentional about this type of stuff. And then they wonder why they're not getting repeat and referral business. Literally, this is why she's gotten to where she's gotten.
Well,
So,
and along those lines,
yeah,
there could be people sitting here saying, oh my gosh, I have to send drinks every time someone has a birthday. Like that's going to add up. How much money is that? But did that same person buy realtor.com leads last year? And
Yep.
did they spend $1,000 a month on, you know what I mean? Like the things that you're doing, yes, they cost money, but they have so much more of a
Massive
long-lasting
impact
for the same price as buying a Zillow lead.
So we came up with something last year where we called it the epic budget, that we just put into our budget next year. What's the budget that we're going to have to do epic things for clients? And sometimes it's brownies, and sometimes it's sweatshirts that have Eddie Vedder's face on it, and sometimes it's other things like what Jackie said earlier. So, but there's an epic budget that isn't, okay, we're just going to buy the same thing, have it on a shelf, and just hand it to the same person every time. But we do, we look for the information, we put it into our system, and then we have intentionality around using it to actually build great relationships. There's one point that Jackie said that I think is important to note, and I don't want to forget events as a topic, so we might go long if you don't mind. The just because moments. You and I talked about this. You can actually have intentionality around looking for just because moments to reach out to people. Sometimes those just because are for great moments. Like somebody has a baby. You don't have to just say congratulations on social media. You can get way outside the box for great moments, but also I've had clients that were dealing with really tough stuff and went on social media and talked about really tough, struggling moments that they were having. Well, I don't need to hit them on social media. I'm going to impact them outside of that. And we've done stuff for those people when things are bad. The reality is this. I saw this and I thought of you moments. I saw this and I thought of you. Or you have to have intent. And social media is the best way to find that. To look and find moments where people are celebrating, where they're struggling, or where you can actually impact them. And it doesn't have to be money. It does not have to be money spent on it. And so I do want to bring that up because social media is used to like scroll through and judge and question, but it's not as much used to go, man, how can I get out of this, but use the information to celebrate them or care for them Yeah, again.
Well, and how about, let's say someone posts, their child just got into their, dream college. Instead of commenting on the post, congratulations, maybe you text them. I saw on Facebook that, Sarah got into Princeton. I'm so happy for you. Like,
Yes.
that means so much more than you commenting on the Facebook post.
And then, by the way, put it in your CRM, their kid went to Princeton. And then when birthday comes along or something comes along, you're sending Princeton mom sweatshirt.
Yep.
You're sending a sweatshirt out of the blue, not there, not maybe at that moment, because you don't need to send sweatshirt because their kid got into college. But you put in your CRM, their daughter goes to Princeton and it's their birthday. Jackie, like our neighbor's daughter got into a school. We sent a mug that said whatever the school mom and dad, and like use the information. So even in social media, take that information, put it in your CRM. Don't just scroll through junk. Use it intentionally. All right. The last one I want to talk about is the fun one for me, is events. But I want to start with your event that you do, this whole thing started with, which is the event that you do quarterly in terms of getting your clients small gifts, the list of people, small gifts.
The VIP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? Because that's unique as hell. And I think people need to hear it because it is so highlighting businesses and giving your clients love. Talk about it.
Yeah. So along the lines of what we started with, which is the referrals, right? So, someone sends you a referral, you instantly send cookies, you thank the referral. We also created a VIP program for closings that happen to then celebrate the person for a year after the actual settlement occurs of the person that they referred. So this one is based on the closing, but we've already, celebrated the act of referring. So then once we have someone that refers us someone and that closing happens, we let them know that they're now in our, VIP program for the next year because of that referral. And over the course of the next year, they're going to get 4 quarterly deliveries of just some local gifts, surprises. And every quarter we choose a different town to highlight. So, one quarter might be Yardley, one quarter might be Newtown, one quarter might be Doylestown. And we feature the shops of that town. And we pick.
Is everybody writing this down? Write this down. Go ahead. Keep going.
We pick like 5 or so shops, and they cannot be chains. They have to be local restaurants, local mom and pop, nurseries, flower shops, like whatever. And we get a sampling of things, and I'm purchasing these. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not, I want to purchase items in the stores. So I might go to, New Hope.
Can we pause that for a second? I want to pause you for a second because you did say something there.
Yeah.
We talked about this. So she buys these items because if you ask these stores to give, you're going to get like a Frisbee with their name on it. That's not going to be something that is actually showing off their store, but also it puts them in an uncomfortable position to try and find something that you're going to give. I don't know how many people are in your VIP. I love the fact that you buy the items that you're giving to these people and it's part of your budget, because the store, even if they're getting it at cost, isn't costing them. For sometimes it's a stranger that's asking them to do it. So I love that you do that. And I think it's important that you bring that you say that.
Yeah. So like we pick 5 variety of things and we put together a little gift bag. So like when we did New Hope, we went to like the New Hope soap store and we got a bar of the homemade soap, and then we got, something from the bakery there, like a brownie. And then we got like a plant from like a flower shop and whatever. So we put together this, 5 products of that town. And then we have a paper where we highlight, this soap is from this place and this plant is from this place. And then we also post on social media and tag the places, and so then we let our clients know, we're going to be delivering the VIP bags. Are you going to be home? And then let them know when we're on the way. So there's a few touches because there's like, hey, next week is going to be our VIP bag delivery. Just making sure you're in town because some things are perishable. We don't want to leave it at your door if you're in Hawaii. Then the day of, we're on our way to do the deliveries. If you're not home, we'll leave it at your door. Just wanted to let you know. And then if they're not home, then it's, just left it at your door. Hope you enjoy. And I've had people say to me, like when we just delivered this last one, a client was like, can you remind me where that sourdough bread from the quarter before was from? Because it was so good. I want to go buy more. And then I have other people that said like, oh my gosh, that baklava that was in there, it's our favorite ever. We've been back to that shop like 6 times now because it's so good. And I always tell the stores like, I'm gonna, buy the product and put it in, but if you want to attach something, like if you want to attach a coupon or, something else, like please attach whatever you want. We want to promote you.
It's amazingly a win-win-win-win for just about everybody you're doing it for. And I want everybody to understand this. I want to ask you how many people are on your VIP list, but I want everybody to understand you can level up what you're doing with intentionality for people based on their actions that help you. So the people that are your massive cheerleaders and supporters, it might only be 3 or 4 people right now, but there's nothing stopping you from going outside the box above what you do for everybody else and making them feel immensely special like she's doing. So I'm going to ask you, but I don't want everybody to be freaked out, but you can start small. How many people you think are on your VIP list right now?
It rotates just because it's like people that referred someone in the past year. But the most recent delivery we had, which was last week, we had like 24 deliveries. But then there's been times where it's been less, and it doesn't have to be the result of a closing like we did.
Yep.
It could just be, you go through and you say, oh, this person tags me, all the time on social media. And so they're a VIP, like whatever you want to consider a VIP to be, consider them to be. And there's been times when we've had extra because I didn't realize someone was on vacation. They were like, oh, just give it to someone else or whatever. And then I think of, okay, who's someone that's like really tried to connect me, but maybe their referrals didn't pan out, and I'd say to them like, we have a VIP program and I had an extra bag, so I wanted to drop it off to you. Like, it's not like they're in the program, but I had this extra bag. I'd love to drop it off to you because, you try so hard to tag me all the time.
And so she said 24 that she did this. And I love that you're saying it's on a rotating basis. It's you give me a referral and we're celebrating. I'm pretty sure they're likely going to refer you again and again, especially when you put together these bags like this. And it's
well, it's funny now because when we do the last delivery, like the final one, we say this is your last delivery, but we'd love another referral from you so that we can add you for another year. And we've had clients jokingly say to us when they like see us out or whatever, like, we are trying so hard to get someone to close with you so we can get back on the list.
It's funny. I have not gone that far, and I'm immensely impressed that you're able to keep up with that quarterly to be able to put those things together because they're all different every time. Like, it's different groups of things. I'm also laughing because I know what Jackie's thinking right now. Jackie's probably been the crux of 1 million referrals, but I've never sent her brownies. So she's wondering why. She's sitting here going, Adam's never sent me brownies before.
And I know that he knows that I love brownies.
I know. So, but I do want to say this though. When Kim said it doesn't need to be someone that was a transaction, I love just thinking about who are my VIP people. Like, it could be VIP people that give me a lot of confidence on social media. So I'm like, man, they really talk great about. Like, I promise you this, I'm probably never going to help Kim Rock buy or sell real estate. I'm probably not going to do that. It's probably not going to happen unless she retires and she needs my help. But she's a VIP in my life. And so I put her on that list, and she gets a sweatshirt with Eddie Vedder on it because it's going to make Ben jealous when she wears it, and Ben's jealous that Eddie Vedder is her favorite man on earth. But it doesn't mean that I do it just because of transaction. I do it because she's done stuff for me that I felt was important enough to make her a VIP. And so, like, they don't have to be transactionally based. They can be impact on you. And by the way, when they start celebrating you, then guess what? You should put them on. Like, if someone sends you a thank you for referring, like Brandon Lang, even if he never refers me anybody, but thanks me for referring him, then I'm putting him on my VIP list. So we're running late, and I don't want to go too long. There's an entire section. We're going to do it another time now that I thought about it, because events take up an hour of time anyway.
Yeah. That's a
Client
whole
events.
That's a whole nother Wednesday.
I know it is. Client events, but you do need to think about this going forward in the next year. I do want everybody to understand, it can start small. You can have 5 referrals and just put together 5 amazing VIP baskets for 5 people that referred you this year. And have it, if you do it this year for 5 people, well, maybe next year it's 10. And the worst thing that'll ever happen to you is you have now 10 to put together or 25, but it has to start somewhere with these people. You have to start with the CRM and getting to know them. You have to really try and find ways. And if you don't have the money, you can send video messages and show love without spending money. But you need to look at, you have 2 weeks left to really map out what is going to be your intentionality around these people if you want to get them to refer you. If you actually want them to speak up and say, it's man, referral does not mean waiting for someone to come up to my clients and say, do you know a good realtor? That is not good enough. I hope that someone comes up to them and say, do you know a good realtor? They say my name. I'd much rather they leave the settlement and go on social media and say, oh my God, you have got to use my realtor and tag me, and then go to housewarmings and go to other people buying homes and saying, no, you got to use my realtor. That's the type of experience that I know Kim does for her people, so that barbers who don't even know who she is are referring her to people. And so we have to get our clients to do more than what we even do for our own clients. Because I don't refer, if you don't refer 1 million people, then you shouldn't be expecting your clients to refer you a ton. And so, man, do you have time now? But sit down and put together your plan. And also, Kim and I are here. And so if you ever need me or want to get in touch with me to ask how we do it, you can find me easily. I'll give you Kim's cell phone number. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. Does anybody have any questions? I know we ran long. Is there anything that I missed or someone wants to bring up? Because I do want to make this an open forum for people to bring up. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, my friend. I do want to let everybody know that I would love it for everybody to follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get my message out. And the more you help me get my message out, and by the way, follow Kim if you don't already too. But seriously, follow me because I want to get my message out, share my message with everybody. And the only way I'm going to do it is getting out of my comfort zone. All right, I love you, Kim.
I love you too, but I love Jackie Boxman more. So
I know you do.
Ditto,
to go to a
ditto.
choral concert. Speaking of singing, we got to go to a choral concert tonight, so we're heading now to
CB East. It's gonna be hot.
Oh,
You guys gotta
yay,
come.
have fun.
So have
choral
fun.
I appreciate everybody who took the time to be with us today. I really hope that you got something from today that will help you connect with your people. If not, maybe next month we'll do something that will bring more value. We'll tell you guys when we're going to do this next month. And I love you guys and I appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody. Love you.